Well, no, I mean, it was okay, but I was kind of surprised.
I'm going to do this thing. And get ready for your show.
Thank you, Ron Burgundy.
All right, here we go. And hi, everybody. Welcome to the Todd and Erin Daily Stream. Very exciting. We went and saw Lion King.
Live action. Jon Favreau directed that. I didn't know that. I love that man.
It was the only problem with it is we went to the Sugar House location where they have the recliners,
the
right?
Big seats.
So this is what I saw. Hum-ba-dum-bum, with a baboon, and then I wake up and the crowd's applauding and the movie's over. That's what I got.
I think it's very specifically designed that way for parents with children's movies.
No.
Do.
It's the Sugar House location with the recliners.
They're beautiful. I was a little... someone's going to kill me for this. I guess I thought I was expecting something different or something
like what?
more.
Like something...
Well, I didn't realize it was like maybe this was Simba's son... Steve's journey.
The next generation.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was just like redoing it.
Right.
Because I would have liked to have known
Scary
about
is,
Steve the lion.
You cannot tell what is real and what isn't. And it's all not real.
Well, they talk about that. They talked about the fact that everything was done on a giant soundstage, and they had the virtual reality headsets on while they acted.
That's crazy.
Isn't that insane?
Can I have a zucchini, please?
Yes.
I'm going to tell you where to put your zucchini right now. Watch the video. All right, how do you get rid of those darn zucchini? That's the entire show all week on the cooking section. There's too many of these. They're everywhere. My one plant I don't even water. I've watered it 3 times, and it has given me 16 zucchinis. Some I didn't see soon enough. That's why they're so big. So I'm trying to figure out a way, going through recipes online, trying to figure out a way to get rid of them and to make them into something that your family will eat. Erin will not eat anything unless you make it into muffins and put cream cheese frosting on it. Then she will eat zucchini, but otherwise, no. So today, something else, and I've never tried this one before. So what we're going to do is, as you can see, we have hollowed out the zucchini, made little canoes out of them. Now, I have to admit, I have gotten one of those ones that got away from you, the size of a clown shoe, and I have done something similar to this. You can use ground beef or whatever you want to do, and we're going to put it inside and do our thing. First of all, I'm going to put some salt in each one, and I'm going to do some pepper. It's so funny, my neighbors have been using a power tool, and I have power tools, and I can't decide, but it sounds like he's neutering like an unsedated yak or something. It's just this really strange sound. And it's been going on all day. But it's one of those things that you have to go, oh, okay. That's what neighbors are for. Oregano. I'm going to put some oregano in each one. And since we're doing that, let's do a little bit of thyme. Just a little bit. Because the marinara sauce we're going to use also has basil in it, so we don't want to do too much. Now, what we're going to do is I have browned off right here spicy Italian sausage, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that in. See, I think this is going to be good. I think this is going to be really good. Don't fill them too far because we still have sauce. And so we're going to cover all these, fill all the boats. Seriously, I think the one I cooked was like 3 feet long once. It was like a meatloaf. All right, so each one. Got enough? Yeah, got enough. Okay. So what we're going to do now is put that aside. I made way too much sausage. What we're going to do now is put on your marinara sauce. Right? Interesting. It's going to go to an oven that's 350 degrees. I would suggest letting them go for about 15 or 20 minutes, depending on how big they are. You can make little ones too. And then top it off with cheese. Okay, that looks good. I'm starving now. I put cheese here. This is like a little mozzarella, little Parmesan mixture. Try not to get it so it burns on the cooking tray so much. I'm gonna put it here like this. Okay, I'm hungry now. This is gonna work. This is gonna be the best one, I think, so far. All right, so that's part one of how to get rid of zucchini. To the oven, 350, about 20 minutes. Go. Voila! There you go. What should we call this? The Italian the zucchini boat? Zucchini is Italian, isn't it? Zucchini? I think it is. But anyway, here it is. This is what it looks like. 350. These went in for about 15 minutes or so. Just kind of test them. And let's take a little taste. I think this is going to be one of my favorites. I have to say that. Just because it's got the sausage in it. It's got the marinara. It's got the cheese, which is about to burn the roof of my mouth. I was right. This will be a while. Mm-hmm. That was one big one. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ow. The chefs on TV kill me because they put their spoon into a boiling thing of water or soup or whatever, and they just go. And how do they have any taste buds left? I mean, it's like, let's see if the hard-boiled eggs are done. They put their hand in the boiling water, come out with it. Ow, delicious. This is my favorite. This is my favorite a way to get rid of zucchini, and that's what this week's all about. So we haven't. Oh, the next one you're not going to believe. So we'll be doing that coming up. But anyway, there you go. Another way to get rid of zucchini.
The Todd and Erin Daily Stream is brought to you by PC Laptops, with desktops and laptops starting as low as $7.99 with a lifetime parts and service warranty. They fix phones too. Go to PCLaptops.com.
Well, this is kind of a sad thing.
Remember Representative Jim Matheson? I've always loved him. He was one of
Yes.
our favorite people because whenever we did the big fundraisers for the road home, he was always there.
Yeah.
And not just like making an appearance. He actually put his own money. He like wrote checks. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're actually putting money. And he said, doesn't everybody? He went, no. And he went, oh, well, I'll write more. Well, his father, Scott Matheson, was actually like one of the first Democratic governors in like the history of the state.
Right.
Coolest guy ever. Norma Matheson, his wife, was the one who actually started refurbishing the original historic governor's mansion. But one of the things she did
because the ranch model they were living in wasn't. So anyway, go ahead.
She was amazing. She visited every single elder care home in the state during their tenure because it was really important to her. She thought this was a subject that no one paid attention to, and still it's a battle. And she wanted to make sure that it was covered. And even after they left office, she was continually working with other politicians. Patrice Armageddon, who is a Democratic representative, said, I would go walking with her and people would shove me aside and go running out and go,
Good,
no,
grab her.
because she's so amazing.
And she
passed away
Yes.
Sunday at the age of 89. And her kids said that she was looking forward to seeing Scott again. He passed away from a rare form of myelin cancer. I can't tear up and say,
Yes.
do cancer pronunciations at the same time.
But a job well done.
At the age of 61. So
Job well
she
done.
was an amazing woman, so gracious.
We go from that to something that I am so happy about. I am.
Really?
Yeah, because it's Darwin's theory
That's our goal.
of thinning the herd.
There's a couple up in Harrisville on July 24th that was kind of watching TV, and they heard this massive crash run out, and there's a gigantic freaking hole in their vinyl fence.
So the vinyl fence, we all know what they are. They're made of vinyl.
And they're expensive. And they're like
Yeah.
a nice thing.
Yeah.
So they checked their home surveillance, and there's a group of teenagers, and they were running as hard as they could at the vinyl fence and hitting it with their head until they broke a hole through, and then they ran off. And get this, this is apparently a new viral challenge.
It's running to a
Davis
viral
County
fence.
Police we've had like 50 of these calls in
Really?
the last week. And
Damn.
apparently this is a nationwide thing, but the singular goal is you run as fast as you can towards the vinyl fence and you hit it with your head. If you can make a hole, your other friends think you're awesome.
Right? What better way?
Okay, I almost want to go back to the Tide Pods, eating the Tide Pods, because
You could do them at the same time.
how does this even come up with, you know what we should do? Do
No, I will
none
s-
of your children have cable? Do they not know how to play Minecraft? What? Don't
You know what, hon?
Do they have
hon. At least they're outside,
Getting some fresh air.
getting some fresh air and banging their heads through fences. I want to see the video now.
It's just so stupid. It's like, well, okay.
All right, here's something that was a little caught my attention because
Isn't this headline the
I
oh
like
my god?
I like outer space stuff.
Wasn't this the headline where it's, oh my god,
Astronomers.
we almost died?
No, this is the astronomer said city killer dealing with an asteroid, and they went, boy, this one came out of nowhere.
I don't want to hear that from the scientists that are supposed to be tracking this
45,000 miles away from Earth, 1/5 the distance of the moon, and all of a sudden they're like, hey!
stuff. That seems to be a super large asteroid.
330 feet across, and the city killer is that if it hit a city, it would just annihilate
Decimate
the whole
everything.
thing. Yeah. The Japanese have just landed something on a asteroid and came off with material, and it's coming back to Earth now.
That's pretty good.
I
But
know.
The part where that was super close in orbit and it might have killed
Right.
one of the cities. That,
Right.
Is that a
Well, the
hey?
fact
We're
that
going to pay better attention.
no,
or-
the thing that, and another one just hit a rice paddy in China, but it was the size of like this, like a volleyball, and this was a city killer. And I just think
I'm
it's
really
so funny.
concerned. They're like that one just slipped right past.
Here, read
us.
this. Read this right here.
Had the asteroid struck, it would have landed with the force of a large nuclear weapon or about 10 megatons of TNT. Two astronomy teams picked up on its presence Wednesday. The details about how big it was were disseminated as it cruised past us.
They said when it came by, you could have seen it with binoculars. Binoculars. I have a set of binoculars. I would not want to see it. And how does it sneak up? I mean, seriously. Don't we
That
have
one
people?
caught past.
Don't we have people on top of mountains with domes looking out and doing their telescoping?
What happened to the Space Force that everyone was talking about?
And that's what
The
it's
Space
for.
Force would have been good.
Yeah, Armageddon. That's what we're looking at.
Okay, I know that you don't agree with my fear of clowns, but I would like to point out once again the clowns ruin everything.
Tell me more.
Everything. Mass brawl broke out on a British cruise ship Friday morning, leaving several people injured
It's usually alcohol.
and many others confined to their cabins for the rest of the journey.
Because.
This is according to two eyewitnesses who witnessed the whole episode. Apparently, the cruise ship Britannia was on its final leg of a cruise to Norway, and it was one of the nice dinners, one of the final farewell dinners.
Always good.
One of the passengers showed up outfitted like a clown.
Why?
Completely put in a clown outfit.
Why?
The passenger's attire apparently upset some of the guests, who said that the group involved had claimed, no one told us there was fancy dress allowed. And in Britain, fancy dress is like costuming and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And so apparently so enraged by their betrayal and their realization they too could have dressed as clowns.
Did they go after the clown?
A massive brawl broke out between the two parties,
Oh,
tables
that's awesome.
overturned, things thrown.
Great.
Alcohol, they mentioned, was involved.
I thought that would
Passengers used furniture and plates as weapons. Witnesses
What?
told me they were so frightened they had to hide as family groups fought against each other. Those who were involved in the fight were confined to their cabin for the last few days of the cruise. And
Because of a clown.
And the captain of the Britannia went, we can just confirm that everyone has deboarded peacefully,
get them off the
disembarked.
ship. There's
left
two
us.
ways to get them off the ship, you know.
It broke out a brawl. It broke out a brawl between an entire dining room full of people because he wore a clown suit. Once again, clowns ruin everything.
All right, so I want to talk about this because this is a dilemma. I know a lot of people in supermarkets and stuff like that and say they will not do self-checkout because it eliminates jobs. And we actually know some people.
And it cuts down on the human
Always get
interaction.
in line. Always get in line. Always go through and talk with the people, and they're getting paid, and they have a job and stuff. And one of the supermarkets we go to just added a whole nother barrage of them.
Yeah, now there's 2 gigantic chunks of them on both sides.
And there's like 6. I think there's 6 personal checkout ones where they do it.
Yeah.
Well, it's costing them. And this is Albertsons. This is about 5 or 6 or 10 different Vons worldwide. These are supermarkets that are doing the exact same thing. But the fraud and the thieving is going through the roof. Now
people aren't scanning items, but...
Let me go through and talk to you about external shrinkage.
What? Is that what they call shoplifting?
I was in the pool. Self-checkout
External
theft.
shrinkage is what they call shoplifting now?
Theft. And locally here, they call it product retention at Smith's.
Okay.
That's what they have a retention officer.
Sure, okay.
So the self-checkout theft has become so widespread that there's lingo for it now. Now, if you're ringing up a T-bone steak and you take the coat off something else that's 49 cents, you stick it on the T-bone and you pass it through.
Should you be giving people this information?
The thing you have to do specifically is to make sure the 2 items weigh approximately the same.
As part of the code related to the weight of the item?
And when you're putting your stuff in the thing, that's how it registers.
Yeah, that's right.
So a can of chili is the same, that like that. So the old switcheroo is what they call that. The pass-by is a lot of these stores, like a Winco. You actually take your stuff and you can pass it along
the conveyor belt to help it
on
go
your
to
own.
the check.
On your own. So
okay.
the passeroo is the one where you take it and you don't beep it, you beep something else and you let it go down the line. How much do you think?
Right.
So they did this study.
I would just feel so
on
dirty. It would take all the. I like sticking it to the man as much as the other next person, but
not like a crook, though.
But not like that. I would feel bad for all of the employees.
Equifax, getting your $125 from Equifax is
satisfying.
Sticking it to the man.
But we know all these people, and they're nice, and we'd be screwing over their supermarket.
Cops don't even come for $50 thefts. They will not come. And now that it's up to $100, but then it's like on the lower end of their list. And then you have to have someone actually detain someone, which is like a whole liable thing. And anyway, it gets worse and worse. So at 21, they did a study over all these different things in 2015. 21 million sales. $21 million in sales.
Wow.
And guess how much of that was theft?
I don't want to know.
$850,000.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's almost 1/20 of the entire profit of the entire thing. That's
and
amazing.
now there is a type T, they call it.
A type
T person.
What is a type T?
Thrill. They do it for the thrill of it.
Once again, that's so rude.
I know. It's wrong.
So what? They seriously they just do it because they want to just see if they can get away with it? Or?
Yes, it gives them that whoa because the security is so lax, and the store we go to sometimes they give you your own scanner.
Go on.
And you bring your own bags, and you go, oh, so you scan it, you put it in your bag, and then you get to the checkout, and you shoot the checkout machine with the scanner.
And then you just
your gun comes up, you put your card in, all the stuff's already in your cart, already in your personal bags, and off you go.
That is really problematic. That had not occurred to me before. Because, we've actually done the system to try it out, but...
Yeah, it's fun. Zoe loves it.
Yeah.
It's
but it
really
never
fun.
occurred to me that it was such a potential for rip-off.
Yeah, and so now, are they saving more by not employing humans, or are they losing more by having people be able to get away with it? That's
Almost $900,000 in profit.
I have.
Theft is a lot.
I have in front of me something that is so awesome. Now, GPS is so cool, and you look it up, and what do we have? What's the one that comes, the Apple phone? I use that one.
The Maps one, it's that woman. She talks like this.
It's a female voice.
She's kind of hectoring, as a matter of fact. I feel like she's a little judgy.
I know in the newer ones, can't you change? There's different
possible.
ones. Okay, so...
I do feel judged by her when I'm doing, the Maps, though.
You wouldn't if you do this. And this is a Google-owned free navigation app, and it's called Waze, as in your ways to get there.
Oh, that's
right?
cute.
So if you go to Waze, you can do this. Guess what they can do?
Tell me.
They have
Okay, this is apparently good.
Morgan Freeman as the voice.
What do you mean? He's the voice that goes, turn here.
Return to route. He's the one that says stay in the left 2 lanes to take an exit northbound on I-15. But he does it in that Morgan Freeman voice. But when he says...
And he sounds so soothing when he does it too. It's like everything's going to be all right.
When he says return to route, you are going to return to that route. I think that's great.
Okay, keep talking because I got to download this sucker. I need to hear
All
his
right,
voice.
you go ahead and do that. It's W-A-Z-E. And so, yeah, it's just north.
All right, I'll play it for you tomorrow. But Morgan Freeman would be guiding you safely through troubled waters.
You're calm. You're cool.
Because nothing is better than Morgan Freeman.
Road rage is going to drop because of Morgan Freeman.
Everyone would be soothed.
All right, so do this. Go see.
That's so cool. I'm going to totally play for you tomorrow. That's awesome.
Go see The Lion King and let me know what happened because I missed it all. And thank you, Sugar House Theater, for giving me a really nice 90-minute nap.
It was a lovely nap. Yeah.
Loud, but nappy. Very nappy. And we will see you tomorrow on the Todd and Erin Daily Stream. All right. Morgan Freeman.
I know. I want to listen to it now.
Just trying to think of what other voices, you know.
Nothing could
David
be as
Atkinson.
David Atkinson. Sir David. Sir Richard Attenborough.
Attenborough. That's the one.
Where did we come with Atkinson and Dave? Dave Atkinson. Isn't that like the guy who owns Wendy's?
When I turn left and pull in the drive-thru. Shut up. Okay.
I'll see you tomorrow.
I like Morgan Freeman. It's got to be a sexy one too, right?
No, nothing's cooler than Morgan Freeman. I can't lie. I mean, you can't top it. Oh, new zucchini dish coming up tomorrow. Great recipe.
All right.
Oh, Morgan Freeman.
Bye.